Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations and I'm Nova, and today I wanted to take you along with me while I try out making a new wall decor piece. This is what it ends up looking like, and I think it would make such a cute gift. So let's jump into it and hang out for a bit. So originally my idea for this was that I was going to make a basket with it. I saw this little blank, which is basically just a wood cut into a shape. This one happens to be a heart, and then there's all these little holes in the sides, and you can crochet into these, or I'm sure you could do a number of things like weaving and stuff like that. But I was thinking I would make a basket. But as I was looking at it, I had an idea. What if I turned it into a wall decor piece? So now I thought I would take you guys along with me while I play around with this idea. What I did was I grabbed a scrap yarn. This is actually all that's left of it now. It was this Yarn Bee Lots of Dots that I got on Hobby Lobby clearance. Such a cute yarn. I've actually used it for something else, and so I didn't have a whole lot left, and I thought this would be perfect. I've worked it up to where I think I'm gonna want it. And I haven't tied off yet just because I want to make sure, but the idea is that this will all go down and be kind of adhered to the heart, and I'm thinking in the middle I'll put a picture. But you could do anything. You could put like buttons or, you know, sequins. You could do a little painting in the middle. Like you could even paint right on this. You could even paint on it right now with it before you close it down. But I have this picture of my hubby and I'm thinking I'll put this in here, and obviously I'll cut it to shape and put it how I want it, but I'm thinking I've got this the perfect size. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and I don't want to cut it too small to begin, so I'm gonna leave a little bit of this white. And then if I need to, I can always trim a little bit more off. So what I'm thinking I will do is tape this inside and then hot glue all around the edges for the yarn part. I don't want to hot glue the actual picture itself in just because I don't know what it would do to the picture. Okay, so I do need to trim around the pointed edges a little bit. So I'm just gonna kind of round these off, especially these ones at the bottom because the bottom of my heart is more narrow. Not gonna go crazy on these top ones until I know for sure if I want more off of those. And then let's try that. Alright, and that's with that cut to that level. Let's see what we're looking like. I might need to cut just like a little point out here where the point of my basket, the part that dips down is. But we'll see. And then I can arrange this how I want it. So right now, it's looking so cute. I'm loving the idea. Let's see about scooting this over a tiny bit. This picture isn't a centered picture. There is more of my hubby in it than there is of me in general, so it can really only go over so far. I could probably slide that over a smidgy bit. Like that. I don't want to trim too far to make it slide better, because like right now I'm kind of running into the sides because I'm like afraid that I'll trim it too far. Oh, that is looking so cute. That is adorable. Okay, so I'm going to grab some tape. Just got to figure out, there we go. Just had to figure out which little drawer I put it in. So what I'm going to do, the best way to do this, it's not going to need much tape. I just want to tape it in the middle mostly, because the edges are going to have the hot glue. I'm going to be hot gluing the yarn down, and I think that it'll probably kind of hot glue through the picture and kind of glue to the wood. But I do want to like make sure it doesn't pop up in the middle, you know. All right, and I did try to push that over to the side as I taped it down. There we go. I think that's so cute. Oh, I'm excited. I think that's going to be adorable. And as I like glue this part down, I may try to kind of warp this just a little, you know, pull it back a little just to give it like a little bit more of a centered look than it actually has. But for now, I think we are kind of at a perfect point for stopping on the crocheting. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Literally all I did, if you are looking to make this for yourself, is I crocheted directly into the little holes, just doing single crochets, and I just did that all the way around, and then I didn't increase or anything. I just kept single crocheting kind of tightly. I used a 5mm hook with this bulkier yarn, and it recommends an 8mm hook. So I did that on purpose. I wanted my stitches to be tighter, and so that made my stitches tight. You can't see through them, and it also caused them to kind of suck in like that. So I've got that. Honestly, this tail could probably just be stuck under the edge, but I'll weave it in a little bit first. And then once this is all said and done, if you had like, you know, maybe more room on your picture that you wanted to cover up, you could add like little buttons or little, like I said, sequins, or, you know, little tiny crocheted flowers. Like you could do a lot of stuff to kind of spice it up a little bit and fill in some more of the space. So I'm not going to do anything too super crazy with this. I'm just kind of weaving in my tail a little bit. Let's catch a little bit of the stitches on the inside. I'm not really trying to like actually weave it in, but I do want it to stay on the inside when I'm gluing. So, and then the biggest thing was I wanted to make sure that, and I'm not worrying about cutting it like flesh up to it because this will be hidden in here. I wanted to make sure that this little end right here, you know, ended nicely. And I purposely started and ended at the point right here because I thought it would give a little bit more of a defined point of this heart where it can kind of round out at these parts. You'll notice it's kind of rounded out a little bit. But okay. So my hot glue gun is pretty heated up, I think. Kind of move some stuff around here. And then I'm just going to work in sections and kind of glue directly onto here. So this part's going to probably be difficult to show on camera, but I'm going to do the best I can. I'm just gonna, well, I want to put some glue over here on the wood. And then I'm going to put some glue directly onto my yarn. And I'm just working in a small space so that I can do it a little bit at a time. And then I'm going to kind of push down on all of it, not just that one side, because I want to make sure it's laying where it needs to lay. And if I just push down on that one side and didn't kind of push down on the whole project, I might stretch it in a way that isn't how I want it to lay with the rest of it all folded in, if that makes sense. And then now I'm just pushing on this. So I put the glue on the wood that was closer to the, you know, further away, the inside part where everything kind of comes together. And then I put some closer to the edge. Still not right at the edge because I don't want it to, when you push down on it, I don't want it to come forward and come out from under the picture. Or onto the picture, sorry. But see, I think that's going to look so good. And then I'm just going to, there's like a little glue strand here, but that's not a big deal. You just pull on it. I'm going to move down here and do the same thing. So I'm kind of angling it so that I can get down in here. And like on this part, you can see the wood doesn't really show. This is like all picture back there. But I want to make sure that I'm getting glue down in there so that it's glued all the way, if you know what I'm saying. And then I'm just going to get closer to the edge. And you see I probably stop like a centimeter or so from the edge with my glue. And then once again, I'm just going to push down on everything in this vicinity because I want to make sure that I'm not pushing it down weirdly. And I'm just working with small sections from my experience with gluing crochet. You want to work with the smallest sections you can, kind of. Some glue popped through right there, so I'm just going to kind of stick it down in there with my fingernail because it's still soft right now and I can do that. and then you don't see it. You want to work with the smallest sections you can, because you're more likely to make mistakes if you work with like a large section. But if you work with smaller sections, you can just do a little bit at a time. Your glue doesn't dry because hot glue cools really quickly. So if you're working with a large section, you're going to have to work really fast. You're more likely, like if I was just to do the whole thing, before I even got done gluing the whole thing, it would probably be drying on the areas I started. And then also I would just be over here just trying to smush the whole thing down without really having the time to like modify it at all. And then it might not be exactly what I want. Like I'm planning on probably, instead of just shoving this down and covering up like one of my eyes, I'm planning on kind of pushing this back and then pushing down, just so that I know that, you know, we get a little bit of my face, a little more of my face. Okay, now moving on. And I'm just giving that time to dry in between so that when I lift this up to work into the next spot, I'm not like undoing that, you know, if my glue wasn't dry. All right, glued down into there and then also on the side. And I'm not quite up to this part of the picture yet, but I want to make sure I'm pushing it down as if I was, because I want it to sit right. And then I'm just pushing down on that and letting it cool. But I think this will be so cute. And then you could either like put a hook, since it's got these little holes, you could literally just hang, you know, like a little hook off of it, put a push tag, a thumbtack in your wall, or a push pin, and then hang it right onto there, which is, that actually might be what I do. We'll see. But also you could put a command strip on the back of here and just put it right on the wall, which is actually what I've done for some of my other, crochet like canvas art that I've put on the wall. So that might also be what I do. All right, now we're working into this side where I've got some wood area. And I want to make sure I don't go too far over and like come off of the wood. And for this one, since I'm doing this a little bit differently, I'm actually not going to put it onto the crochet too, because I'm sort of pushing my crochet over already. That's what I've been doing as I've been working my way down. And so this is actually kind of at the spot where I normally was putting the glue on the crochet. So this will be sort of not lined up with the wood. Once I get done pushing this down, I'll show you what I'm assuming is happening in the back. But this just shows you, you know, you can kind of customize it to what you need. So you notice it just kind of billows out just a teeny bit. Not even noticeable at all. But if you compare it to this side, you know, it does look a little bit different. And just pull that little glue piece off. But you can see just kind of sticks out a little bit more. But because of that, you can actually see my face. And this actually goes to the very edge of the picture, by the way. There wasn't more of my face to put in the picture. It literally ends right there. Like I said, this isn't a centered photo. But once you're done, like your glue is drying, you can go through and just pull these little like glue noodles that form sometimes. And then now I am just up here at the top part, and I will probably do this in one pass. So I'm going to start in the corner. I'm going to make sure I get my glue down on that wood. And then I'm going to skip the middle and go over to this corner. Make sure I get my glue down on that wood. And then I'm going to put my glue on to the crochet, especially this middle part here, because it's shaped differently. All right, and then I'm just going to start by pushing the middle down and then the rest of it down. And then I'm just going to hold the whole thing down. Make sure that really gets to adhere onto there. I've got a tiny bit of glue poking out right there. I'm just going to use my nail while it's still soft to push it up in there. Yep, that's all completely hidden now. And there we have it. So I think this makes the cutest little thing. This would make an amazing gift, I feel like, especially for like Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is coming up. Like, I think it's this cutesy yarn that's making me think like Mother's Day, or I don't know, Easter or something cute. But I think this would make a really adorable gift. You could put a picture on it. You could put a picture of like, you know, you with your mom, or, you know, the kids or whatever, the grandkids. Get these little glue strands off of here. And then here is what the back looks like. And you could even write stuff on the back of this. So if it's like a Mother's Day gift or grandmother's day gift, or, you know, any sort of a gift at all, you can write on here like, Happy Mother's Day 2024 or something, love, blah, blah, blah. And you could even have, like, if it's from the grandkids, have them write their names in their own handwriting. That would be cute because you've got plenty of room back here. And then this could go on the wall. Another idea for it is you could put a magnet on it, and it could be a fridge magnet. This would actually make a really nice, like, big fridge magnet. That would be so cute. So I'm really happy with how that came out. Yay, we have a new wall decor idea for crochet. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video and make along with me. Hopefully you had a fun little project to work on while you hung out today. And I will see you guys again real soon. Bye, guys.